When we ask someone for something, we are asking that person. It can be a thing, a favor, help, an opinion, among many other things. But there is a difference between asking the universe and crying out to the universe. When we cry out for something, it means making a request or request insistently, repeatedly. When we ask the universe with our feelings involved, insistently, it is at this point that we will attract what we desire. When we ask for something, we must be ready to receive it. With this in mind, Catherine Ponder wrote her work, Open Your Mind to Receive, in which she teaches us that we must open our mind to receive the prosperity we so desperately ask for. And what can we ask from the universe? When we are going to make a request to the universe, there's no point in asking for anything. You need to be aware of what you want because only then will you know exactly where to go. You can ask for health, love, success, for your dreams to come true. Know that everything we ask from the universe we do in the form of energy, so the universe will respond in kind with opportunities. Therefore, it is important that you know how to embrace them. And in this video, I will reveal to you all the secrets that Catherine writes in her work so that you can open your mind. When you ask, the universe grants it. These secrets are the key behind many fortunes spread around the world, and they could be yours too. So don't go away and pay close attention. Catherine Ponder was born in the United States in 1927. Catherine, after going through a difficult childhood with the country recovering from one of the biggest crashes in history, decided to deepen her knowledge of the law of attraction and the magnificent power that inhabits in our mind. Writing about the law of attraction for almost half a century, Catherine stands out and is known as one of the authors of New Thinking, who were responsible for bringing a new understanding about the law of attraction. Open your mind to receive. Why should we open our mind to receive what we ask for? Because most people have endured a cramped and narrow existence without good reason or explanation. There is nothing divine about a cramped existence in a small and limited way of life. It proves nothing but the ignorance of the man who actually lives in a universe of lavish abundance. Catherine tells in her book the story of a housewife who prospered, who prepared herself to receive this wealth. The housewife told her that she had studied the power of prosperous thinking for years and had had a great improvement in her life with these teachings, and recently discovered something that she was doing wrong. Something that was preventing her from achieving what she always wanted. She was saying it was a fixed income, that she was trying to bring more financial income into her household anyway. This shows that she hadn't completely opened her mind to receiving. How would it be possible to thrive that way? The housewife then realized her mistake and repeated the following words repeatedly: I am receiving now. I am receiving all the wealth that the universe has for me now. A few hours later, the housewife received the return she wanted. Her phone rang. It was a call from the new cable television company in town, inviting her to come in and discuss the possibility of putting on some children's shows for them using material they had already developed for disabled children and apprentices. She felt the power of the universe and what it is capable of offering when asked in the right way. The woman went to the interview always speaking in her mind that this job is now guaranteed. This woman continued to speak daily the word she was receiving. Later, she returned to report her returns. It seems that money comes from every point in the universe. I just sold a children's film that will be shown in schools as an entertainment resource for kindergarten and underprivileged youth. All this happened to her after she began to open her own mind daily to receive. Why fight it if we can use it to our advantage? Many people struggle with opening their own minds instead of accepting it. They foolishly think that they cannot have their good, nor should they be asking for it. Being an open-minded person helps you grow as a person and learn a lot more about the world around you. It makes life less restrictive and closed, turning it into a more pleasant stroll in the paradise of prosperity. Being open-minded also makes the world a better place as less judgment, hate, and ignorance is thrown around. You must be careful what you perceive. You must be careful about what you notice, say, or pay attention to, because that is what you are identifying with, and that is what you will bring into your life. Be careful what you think, because your life is governed by your thoughts. Never speak lies or say bad words. Always look firmly ahead with complete confidence. Never hang your head in shame. Think carefully about what you are going to do, and all your plans will work out. Avoid evil and always walk forward. Do not deviate even a single step from the right path. For whatever you perceive, you are inviting into your life. Whatever you say, you are inviting it into your life. Whatever you identify in your thoughts, words, and actions, you are inviting into your life. If you notice, talk about, and identify with war, crime, disease, financial problems, disharmony, this is what you are inviting into your own life. Through the law of the action of the mind, it will come. Those who didn't prepare to receive it suffered a foul. There are those who say, I give, but I do not expect to receive. And they don't really get paid. A lady told Catherine that she gave a private prosperity class in her home, but that she did not accept offerings or rewards. She reported that one should not wait to receive it. Thus, she continued not to receive it. But one day, she resented not receiving because she was unbalancing the law of increase, because she was giving, and not opening the way to receive. Someone told this lady that it was okay to teach such a class, but that she was not only fooling herself, she was also fooling her students, as her course was giving them the impression that they could get something for nothing. In other words, she should have charged generously for her course or even opened the way in the classroom for her students to prove the law of increase. Remember that you have to give to receive. You attract to yourself what you donate, and when talking about the law of attraction, it is enough to know that donation emits the energy of abundance, since we can only give what we have. When you give something, the universe will give back to you. This shows that this lady should invite them to give generous tithes and offerings in gratitude for the invaluable instruction they were receiving. She was deceiving herself, and she was deceiving them by her fearful attitude. Therefore, to begin your change process, open your mind. The more you open your mind, the more you will know and understand. The more you know, understand, and accept, the less fear or frustration you will have with new things and people. But what led this lady to receive what she wanted? The answer is feelings. Catherine expresses, we are all creatures of emotion and deep feelings which can either break us or make us flourish financially. Emotions are the divine power within us, our driving force. You should guard them like a gold mine because your emotions are actually the greatest wealth you will ever possess. Disordered thinking and confused actions lead to a disorganization of your mental power. This, in turn, depletes physical energy, which is essential for prosperity. It also exhausts mental energy, which is necessary to chart an intelligent course of action or a plan for prosperity. It saps your motivation to put your prosperity plans into action. Catherine leaves as a step to follow something that we tend to keep in a little box in the back of our mind and forget: our dreams. Dust them off, revive them. Think about what it would be like to live the way you dreamed of 10 or 20 years ago. We often have things we want to do in our lives, but we keep them in boxes and forget about them. As an exercise, stop and think, how would you look at yourself 10 or 20 years ago today? Would that person full of dreams and ambitions be happy to see what you have become? If so, great. You are on the right track. If not, it's time to start some changes. Dust off your dreams and goals. Catherine leaves as a teaching: God opens paths where, to the human senses, there seem to be no roads. Businesses were saved, fortunes were built, and the dead were restored to life, even after the sentence of defeat had already been decreed by humanity. Thank God that His goodness does not stop at the limits of our human vision. Stand firm, keep your faith, keep your courage. Remember that God opens paths where, for human senses, there are no roads. Therefore, I invite you at this moment to decree the liberation of your mind. Decree your prosperity here in the comments. Write that you are prosperous and that all the wealth that the universe reserves is already on the way. Choose your next video that appears on the screen, subscribe, and leave your like. Thank you for your company and see you in the next video.